as I have said earlier, I said, getting good at speaking, you have to start speaking to yourself, speak to your phone, speak to anything possible that you can speak to. But now we want to look at 5 major things you can do to get good at speaking, apart from speaking to yourself. So now, apart from speaking to yourself, there are sometimes you need to pick a talk with people, just small talk. Start with a small talk. Like, when you see, it could be a friend, it could be anybody, just pick up something. When you get to the restaurant or you get to office at the leisure time, or you get to, or you just find yourself in the gathering of people that, you have 1 or 2 people around you that you can talk to. Don't be looking like more. Don't be look pick up a topic, pick up something. Observe people from their way of action, from the way they do things. You'll be able to know what and what this person might like to hear. The reason you are doing that is not because you are a talkative. The reason you are doing that is because you want to get good at talking to people, finding people interest, knowing how to eat people's interest in order to get their attention. It's just like taking samples among people. Now, let's say you want to talk on a particular topic to about 3,000 people in a hall. Now, you want to take a sample before the day. You want to take a sample by trying to do a social experiment outside. You just get to a particular person, trying to find the interest of the person, then you pick up something and you talk to the person. Like, let's say, of course, things like topics like politics, religion, and money in these days can cause a lot of problem. It can lead to a lot of issues that from the beginning of the talk it might look so simple, but at the end of everything one might not find it funny. It might lead to a big problem that will attract the attention of others, and what one is trying to gain might not bring out a very good result in the end. So topics like that should be avoided. It should be avoided. So without taking much of our time, let's quickly look at these 5 tips that you can use to get good at speaking. Number 1 is start with small talks. Small talks is an important life skill. If you can convince somebody with a small talk, you can actually get good at a very good speech. When meeting a person, the person might be asking you something, or people gather together where you are discussing something. Just pick up something. As one who is studious, of course you want to be a public speaker, you have to be studious, you have to read wide, and apart from reading, you have to talk to a lot of people, and that is one of the small talks you have to be having, like talking to people in order to gain ideas, in order to get good at relationship, in order to get good at picking people interest and eating their interest to get their attention. Small talks is very, very important. Another one is emphatic communication. Emphatic communication. Emphatic communication, it has to do with you commending or commending people. Try to like praise people. When you see people, sometimes people dress in order to be complimented, in order to be commended. People dress, they just dress good. I'm not talking about people that dress to kill. No, people dress good so that people can, they make their hair, they do everything, they wear nice things just for people to say, wow, you look good, you look awesome, you look amazing, wow, I love your dress. And then, this material, I love this material. How much? I mean, you may not ask how much, but where did you get this material from? They feel joy in their mind that okay, they are relevant. Somebody can see them, somebody can feel that the effort they made to look good is worth it. So with that, it genders into communication, and then you communicate. No, apart from communication, one of the things that communication do is to help you build relationship. So with that, it helps you build relationship, and the capacity of your relationship increase. So get good at speaking by engaging emphatic communication. Emphatic communication. Emphatic communication. Get good at speaking by engaging emphatic communication. So the next one is listen to others as much as you talk. Listen to others as much as you talk. Sometimes when we talk to friends, we talk to relatives, we talk to people, sometimes it could be in our church, it could be in a gathering or anywhere. You just find somebody trying to talk for a very long time without allowing the other person to talk. As a public speaker, you don't do that. As a public speaker, you have to allow others. You talk, then allow others to contribute. And at the point when they are contributing, that is where you want to get your power from. That is where you want to get your knowledge from. And as they are talking, you are observing. As they are talking, you are observing, because part of your work is to observe people, how they talk, the points at which they feel good, the points at which they feel bad, maybe through their own talk or through your own talk. It will really help you a lot to be able to handle a number of people in a hall. Now, sometimes when people talk, you just find someone talking, and at a point, the other person will want to chip in something, but they will not allow. They will just be talking. Such people, when you meet them, is a blessing unto you. When they are talking, after you have said little thing, and they enter to, they want to chip in something, they begin to talk and make it a very long. Just listen to them. You listening to them makes them feel important. It makes them respect you. And when you tell them you are a public speaker, they will not doubt it. And aside that, you get ideas from what people say. When you get information from this, you get information from that, you get from this, you get from that. When you have a particular topic, especially an impromptu topic to deal with, you will know what to say, because the ideas you are gathered together from books and from talks, from small talks, from allowing people to talk, to express themselves, is what you gather together to make a point or points in the hall. And when you are talking in the hall, it will look as if you are killing many birds with just one stone, because of the ideas you have gotten. When you release a word, it will eat this person, eat this one, eat this one, eat this one, eat this one. By the time you release another one, it will eat another set of people, that at the end of everything, at the end of the day, you will get the attention and the minds of, you would have bought their minds of everybody all together, because you have made samples from the social experiments you have done outside. People are not different. It's only little things that makes us different. Sometimes people are the same. So if you see anybody that, there are people that are reserved, that, they are reserved, they don't really talk much. You have talked to such people, you have known how to handle them. You've talked to people that are, always there. You've known how to handle those ones. By the time you get to the hall, it will be very easy for you to know how to eat everybody. So that's one of the ways to get good at speaking. So the next one is learn to be silent. Of course, I have said this in trying to listen to others as much as you talk. So learn to be silent. Apart from the fact that we allow others to talk, there are times that we need to be silent. Somebody might be listening to you, you're talking to a person, that person is listening to you, giving you gross attention. The person is not trying to chip in anything, it's not trying to interrupt what you are saying. but you just have to, you need to build an emotion to the point that you just need to, as you're talking. Okay, so as I was talking to him, there are some things that he came up with that I couldn't just explain. And at that point of your silence, you are playing the mind of that person. You are playing the mind of the person listening to you. It could just be a 5 seconds silence. It could be a 10 seconds silence. At the point which you are silent, you are creating something in the mind of that person listening to you. The person is expecting what is building. You are building emotion in the mind of that person. The person is thinking along with you that what could be the reason why you kept silent for just few minutes or just few seconds or whatever. So you are building, you are creating, what do I call this now, a suspense in the mind of that person. The person wants to hear the next thing that will come out of that emotion, but it's a deliberate action. That silence is a deliberate action. You just have to have it, whether you are talking to a multitude of people or you're talking to just one person. It's just a way of trying to sell yourself in the mind of that person, to get their attention, to respect you. So the next one is, know what to avoid in communication. Know what to avoid in communication. This is very, very important. When you're talking to people, don't just talk. Don't just talk. Try to observe. Try to observe. And besides, they say, do unto others what you want them to do unto you. As a communication expert, you don't say everything and you don't say anything anyhow. As a communication expert, you don't say everything and you don't say anything anyhow. Hope you get that. So, as a communication expert and one who wants to get good at speaking, you have to know what to avoid in communication. There is a point you will get to in communication, maybe as you are conversing with that person, that person mentions something. You have to know how to cut it off and ignore it as if it's never existed, as if that person never mentioned this, and then just go straight and follow the flow of the talk, so that you don't come up with emotions that you cannot deal with. Number one, in the life of that person, and also in your own mind. And number two, so that you don't destroy what you are trying to build, is very important. So this is where I'm going to stop right now for today. So till we meet again in the next episode of this class, please stay tuned and try as much as possible to practice everything. Everything. Just try to practice it. Once you read, you study it. Try to inculcate it into your talk when you meet with people. It's going to help you a lot. I love you. Bye.